A good argument is the difference between growth stocks and value stocks. So the first ones, growth stocks, are usually high quality and successful companies that can grow earnings at a higher than average rate. They usually have a high P ratio, and they also have a high price to book ratio. Usually the market price is very big for these companies. If you invest here, you want the price to grow, so you want to benefit from market cap rather than dividends. Usually earnings are invested every time, so some investors may regard these growth companies as too expensive, so they tend to buy value stocks, which are stocks with good fundamentals. They sometimes are regarded as bargains. The price may be below historical levels, so maybe it can be because there has been some bad news or stuff like that. Usually they are very undervalued. You can notice these stocks by the P ratio, which is lower than growth stocks. Also the price to book ratio is lower. So when you buy these stocks, you want to wait for the market to recognize their real value. There are many famous value investors like Warren Buffett, for example. Value investors need to be careful not to get stuck in the value trap, which is a company with a great balance sheet but the business is not going anywhere. Whereas growth investors need to avoid paying too much for a stock that could dip anytime. In fact, it takes just a bad news and growth stocks collapse. Value investors are better when there is a recession, for example. Growth investors do better when there is an expansion in the market. But it's not over, because there is another type of stock, which is income stock. This is perfect for dividend lovers. In fact, these stocks pay high dividends, are equity security, pay steadily increasing dividends. You can recognize them by the low risk and also by the low volatility, so these stocks are better if you are older and you want to stay more relaxed. An example of these stocks can be AT&T, which pays a dividend of 6%. So what are my final considerations? I think both stocks deserve a lot. Usually I think I invest more in growth stocks, but they are both good, and I think you need to balance them to create a great portfolio.